We're all looking for that edge, right? That one thing that can help us get ahead. But what if I told you the key to boosting your value by a whopping 50% isn't some complicated new strategy, but a skill that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time?
To figure this out, let's start with a little puzzle. I want you to picture the office of the legendary investor Warren Buffett. Okay? Now, what do you think is the single most prized possession he has on display? The answer, I guarantee you, is probably not what you're thinking. And it reveals this incredible secret about what actually creates value in the world.
So you'd probably guess it's his fancy MBA from Columbia, right? Or maybe one of the countless awards he's won for being a financial genius. But nope, it's not either of those things. So what is it?
Get this. The only certificate Buffett hangs on his office wall is from a Dale Carnegie public speaking course he took when he was a young man. He says that single piece of paper is more valuable to him than any degree or award. And why he thinks that? Well, that's the key to everything. That prize certificate points us directly to the main idea here. A really specific, and yeah, a quantifiable way for you to boost your own value. And this is where that 50% number comes from. It's a direct quote from the man himself. I mean, just let that sink in. He isn't talking about stock picks or market predictions. He's saying that just being able to communicate your ideas clearly is worth a 50% bump in your value. That's huge. We're not talking about some small little improvement. This is a massive leap. And the reason for it is actually incredibly simple. Because think about it, the best idea in the world, if it's trapped inside your head, is worthless. If it gets lost in translation or comes out all jumbled up, it might as well have never existed. All that potential just vanishes. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. Because you might think this is a problem that only affects one type of person. But no, both introverts and extroverts struggle with this, but for completely opposite reasons. Here's how it usually breaks down. Extroverts, well, they often think out loud. They're comfortable talking, but sometimes they just start before they even know where the sentence is headed, so the message lacks structure. Now, introverts are the total opposite. They've thought it all through. The idea is perfect inside their own mind. But then they either overexplain every little detail, or they just assume the audience can fill in these huge logical gaps.
And no matter which path you go down, the destination is exactly the same. The extrovert's idea gets lost in all the rambling. The introvert's audience gets totally confused. And in both cases, what happens? The audience just tunes out. So, if this is a problem for pretty much everyone, what's the universal fix? What's the one thing that actually works?
A lot of people think the answer is just, be more confident, that whole fake it till you make it thing. But that's not it. Confidence without clarity is really just loud confusion. The real fix is something way more fundamental. It's one word: structure. This isn't about changing your personality or faking anything. It's just about giving your ideas a simple blueprint before you share them. So what do we really mean by structure? It's simply the skill of organizing your ideas so they actually land with the other person. You're building a clear path for your listener to follow, making sure your message arrives exactly as you intended, with the impact it deserves. So let's connect all the dots here. We started with this gap, right? The gap between having a brilliant idea and actually making an impact in the real world. This is where it all comes together. Structure is the bridge. It's the thing that carries your amazing idea from your mind safely across to your audience so it arrives as a clear, compelling message. That is the secret to unlocking that 50% boost in your value. So I'll just leave you with this one question. The next time you have a really important idea to share, don't just think about what you're going to say. Take a second to think about how you're going to structure it, because that single decision could make all the difference.